Like I've said many times before, it's the conversations I have in these posts that lead to another video. So, the one thing that struck me that was worthy of making another video is the information field. You have to see that all forms of our technology are just the bigness of what's happening in um, a different reality. It's, I don't know how to word that one, but it is, technology is like how the universe works by itself, how it's naturally working. Once we comprehend how the universe works, we create a technology. The computer can only be created because that's exactly how the brain works. Every aspect of how the brain works has been put into technology in computers. They haven't got it exactly right, but they've got some small aspect of how the brain works, and they put that small aspect into a computer. And computers started from um, calculating. We needed to have adding machines. That's how computers first started. Is, humans couldn't add up really really fast, so they thought, well, instead of adding up really really fast, we'll form a technology to do the work for us. That's where a lot of things go wrong, is we take our natural ability to do something, and because we're basically all freaking lazy beings, we want something else to calculate something for us. And yet we can't see that savants can, access, money or calculations. They can tell what it was raining or sunny, 50 years ago on a specific date. There is an information field out there that's identical to the internet. And we're using it all the time, we just can't see it. Most of technology is the bigness of our world. It's so we can feel and touch something that is working already that we can't feel and touch. We can't see it. 99% of all reality is invisible. You can't see it, but it doesn't mean it's not there. And this information field, like the internet, you use all the time. See how you use the internet, and you can see how you use this information field. When you want to do a search on Google, first of all, you have to understand there's a massive database. There's a massive amount of information being stored someplace. In the invisible part of our reality, all information is out there. It's stored in water. Yeah. Water is in the air. Water is everywhere. Water's information is held in atoms. And, you want to destroy an atom, you want to destroy information. Just food for thought for some scientists out there. But information is everywhere. And it's like our database. The database is like in every particle, holds information that's out there everywhere in the air. Your internet connection is everywhere. So there's the database of, Google has a database, our universe has a database of information. How do you access that information? If you go on Google, you ask it a question. So you access this information field that you don't see that's there through the questions that you ask. You know, how dumb am I? Well, the universe will respond and tell you how dumb you are. I ended up seeing this by being a computer programmer and into the internet, and I knew that in order to get websites actually productive, you got to be, accessible within the search engines. So in order to realize what makes things go top in the search engines, you've got to study the terminology that people use when doing a search. And if you have the information knows what it is, And if you only ask good questions, you'd find it instantly, because I am the information. I know who I am. You should be searching for me. But people that are searching for me don't know what questions to ask, so they're always going to ask stupid questions. So I found that when I was designing any type of website, I would study what is the mindset of somebody that's searching for this information. I have the information, I know exactly the terminologies that are used within this information, but the people that are searching out that information don't know that terminology. They're looking at it from a completely different perspective. So you got to use their words, their terminology to be able to get them to find your website. But that's the same reality going on in the information field. The information field is not going to change its terminology so that you can ask it better questions. What you got to do is look at the questions you ask to the universe. And you can see the questions that you ask will reflect back the answers that you want to receive. You can see that within like a justice system, a lawyer. It is in the questions they ask that guide that lawsuit into whatever direction they want. So if you want to be a good lawyer, it's all about asking the right types of questions. And even some questions are not even allowed in a court of law. Why? Because it would lead down a direction that they don't think would provide justice. But it is all in the questions you ask. And open-ended questions tend to open up the universe. In how many ways am I intelligent? The universe will respond and give you a whole pile of information that says, well, you're intelligent because you can speak. Well, you're intelligent because you have a lot of information. You're intelligent, because you have a lot of experience. The universe will tell me in how many ways I am intelligent. If I ask an open-ended question, in how many ways I am intelligent. But if I ask it a narrow question, then it'll give a narrow answer back. So you gotta trust that when you're trying to find your way out of a box, what you're gonna do is ask a lot of questions. How can I get myself out of that box? If you find you're not out of that box, then maybe start asking some different types of questions. Start being able to receive the information from the information field, because it's there, it's telling you what to do all the time. When a good idea just pops into your head, that's your computer system is your intuition. It is a voice that will pop into your head that thinks, oh, there's a good idea. No, that good idea came from you asking a question. You've been asking the universe something, and the universe responded back, and it was your ability to be able to receive that information that made it seem like it was a big idea that just came from nowhere. It didn't come from nowhere. It's the questions you're asking to the universe. If you don't like the experiences you are experiencing right now, trust you are a scientist asking questions. So if you don't like it, start asking better questions and you'll get better information. There is an information field out there. You don't have to see it. You don't have to believe in it. You just have to kind of know you're using it 24/7, whether you like it or not. It's just like the air that you breathe. You don't have to see it. You just have to believe that it's there, and you believe it so much you don't even think about it, and you breathe every freaking day. But as soon as somebody puts you, if you were claustrophobic, for example, if you were stuck in an elevator and, you feared about your air, your brain will create no air there for you to breathe, and you will feel like there's no air there for you to breathe, and then you get into a panic attack, and you create the reality that your brain is telling you to create. So there's the end of the short of it. Ask better questions if you want to get better answers. The universe is responding 24/7, whether you want to believe it or not. Peace out.